What do you think's going to happen with the interest rate today? You think? I mean, Trump wants it dropped 3 points. That's not going to happen.
No.
And the Fed expectations are that I think out of like the 10 people are saying one is saying he might drop it 1/4 of a point. Be a start, but he's not going to drop it 3 points, 2 points, even 1 point. But should he begin to drop it? Yeah. I mean, there's only so much you can do when people can't afford houses. It's not a good thing in America. Not a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if are there interest rates the problem with there? I mean, we've seen the Case-Shiller index go through the roof, right, over the past few years, as high as it's ever been.
It's the price.
It's part of the problem.
It's price of homes and the cost of money. I mean, if you're looking to buy a house and then you go to the bank and they're like, okay, well, that'll cost you $1,000 more a month. You're like, wait, what? I mean, that is a real problem.
By the way, Kalshi prediction markets, the Fed decision in July, 97% chance the Fed maintains rate, 3% chance it cuts by 25 basis points. So basically, no chance is what the markets believe. Doesn't mean it's right. No. I mean, if you're Jerome, what do you think of Jerome Powell? There's two different types of people, right? Mm-hmm. You have, we've seen this with world leaders. Some of these trade negotiations have gone this way. When Donald Trump comes to you and says, hey, you're doing this, some world leaders are like,
screw you.
Screw you. Some world leaders are like, yes, sir, I am. Right? Like, I would say the majority of them are, yes, sir, I am. And the majority of people in government are, yes, sir, I am. There are some that are like, no. Now, the appropriate response is to, if you're the Fed chair, is to not respond at all to Donald Trump's pressures either way. Like, you can take his opinion into context, but you're supposed to be independent from all of that in that role. He could be the type of person who's going to be like, I don't like the way Trump's talking about me. I don't want to get him off my back. I'm going to do what he says. Or he could be the person who spitefully says, the fact that he's saying these things to me means I'm never going to lower rates. Neither of those are appropriate, by the way. That's not what the Fed chair is supposed to do. He's supposed to make the decision, just like the Supreme Court. Sure. Make the decision on the basis of the law or what's in front of you in your realm.
But wait,
do you think he's one of those two types? Powell?
I didn't get past the fact that you're talking about Powell, who I think is a moron in the first place. I think he looks at all of the stuff. He's doing things that he shouldn't be doing. The Fed caused most of the problems that we're having.
Yeah,
I mean spending, obviously. But when it comes to inflation, that's all the Fed. That's all the bailouts. It's all the crap that they did.
Right. He was obviously appointed by Trump in the first term, so he wasn't necessarily around for those old school bailouts.
Is he still
in that role?
I mean, he's still playing the same song.
That's
over and over and over again. Nobody's, that's the problem. President Trump can't say, I'm going to pick from my own list. They propose, you can pick from these 5 people. Oh, can I? Oh, thank you. Mm-hmm. So, the odds are, anybody who's on that list is going to do the same thing, and that's the real problem. But I mean, with 3% growth with our GDP, that's good.
Yeah,
that's
solid.
Really good.
That's solid.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good things going on, by the way, in the country.
A lot of good things.
It does get swept under the carpet quite a bit.
And that bothers me, but I understand it. It bothers me because if I have to spend another day on the air talking, an hour or a whole show about, hey, there's this new information. This guy it's out and it looks like he's really super guilty and they're going to get him now. I can't do that. I just can't do this job anymore. I am just not interested in that job. You know what I mean?
You're saying like some of the people, involved in the Russia situation.
Yeah. Any of it. Because this is new for me. I no longer believe. I don't believe that justice is going to happen. I no longer believe that those people are going to go to jail. Now, the minute they start putting people in jail, I am right back to where I was. Okay, you're serious about it. Why should I be serious about these things if they're not? And that's a really bad place to be, because if you're not paying attention to it, if you're just tuning it out, which I'm not, but I am, I look at the stories every day, and I come in at 6 a.m. and I start looking at the stories, and I balance and go, okay, what's most important? What gets on the show? What doesn't get on the show? What do I need to understand so it might relate to this story? And I look at most of it now in the last few weeks, and I've been like, it doesn't matter. It matters deeply, but there's nothing I can do about it. No amount of talking about this is going to change anything, because the whole system is only about talk. And talk doesn't matter. It's actions. I mean, look at what Donald Trump has done in so many good ways. He's not talking about it. In fact, there's times that you're like, wait, he just did what? He didn't even talk about it. He just did it. That's what the country needs, is action. We don't need more talk. We just need to know what the facts are, what the Constitution says, put those two together and let it roll. That's what you need. And nobody's thinking that way, it seems. There's no common sense. It's just all politics. It's just all graft and buyouts and payoffs and, friends of friends. And and I've never been here. Have you ever even heard me ever talk about it like this, Stu?
No.
I've never been here. And it's weird, and I don't like it. And my job is becoming, it's amazing how the Lord works if you listen. He told me, a year ago or so, things are changing. Something's not right. And that's the feeling I had in my gut. And I started looking, and that's why I'm doing the torch beginning next year. But now I'm finally caught. Thank God I listened to him, because I've been working a year on something, but now it's all hitting me on like, oh, this is why I need to change. This is why this new thing that I'm doing in January is so important, because I no longer believe, and I'm a pretty good judge of people. I don't have the gut the president has, but I have a pretty good gut on the average American. And I think the average American, still like me, cares deeply. We care about all of this stuff deeply, but I can't continue to beat it. I will continue to follow it, but I can't continue to beat it to death until something moves. I will follow it. I will keep informed on it, but I'm not going to tie any hopes or dreams on it. What happens, happens. I'll do my part. I'll speak out. I'll stand up. Have you called your senator and said, pass the nominees? Have you? You need to. What is it, 132 nominees? They're just stopped. They're stopped. Just stopped. These senators should not be allowed to go home until they do their job. Are they going to? I don't know. If we don't pay attention, if we don't do that one thing and pick up the phone and say, Senator, do your job. Senate Republicans, I'm talking to you. I know what the Democrats are doing. I'm talking to you as a Republican. Do your job. You don't try to convince me you support the president, you support the agenda of the American people. The American people hired him to do a job. He said, I need these people. They're all qualified. And you won't even listen to the case. You want to reject them, but you won't even do that. You won't listen to their case. How are you possibly doing the work of the American people? You're all talk, and I'm tired of all talk. That's where the American people are. That's where I am, and if I'm out of step, I'm out of step, and that won't be good for me. But I can't pretend. And I'm like that on almost everything. So I look then and go, okay, so what is important? Well, what is important is the future that is coming, whether we like it or not. It has nothing to do with politics. And that is what's happening to the youth of America. Because we are now at the point where we are supposed to let go of what we have. It's their turn. It's their turn. If you're in 65, you should not be, forcing your way in the Senate. 70, certainly 80. What are you doing? Let the youth come in. Let them start making decisions. Let them shape the next generation. Let them clean up the mess that you have made. Because they're the ones, they're not going to get Social Security. They're not going to get it. And you're still insisting that, well, we can't cut off people in their 40s. Yes, we can, because we have to. We have to. And that doesn't mean just cut them loose. It means rethinking the way things are done. But you're so calcified in your thinking that it's got to be Social Security. It's got to be done this way. Well, that's a sham, and we all know it. We've known it for a long time. And it's going to bankrupt our children and our grandchildren. So can we get some new blood in that thinks differently? Go, you know what? This is a stupid system. This is stupid. Why aren't we doing it this way? Can we get somebody in who even understands what AI is? Well, that's a computer thing that, we have that'll answer, press 1 if you want to talk to your senator. Oh, my. Why? Those people need to let go. It is the younger generation's turn. And it is our turn to beg that generation to wait. Please learn stuff that they never taught you in school. They lied to you. And it's not going to be hard. They know it. They all know it. Why do you think they're killing themselves? Because nothing has meaning. They don't think there's any hope. Why? Because of the way I'm feeling. Nothing changes. It's all talk. Nothing. I can't make a difference in this. And then they're on top of it told, you'll never amount to anything. The system is hell-bent against you. There's no way you're going to get a job, but you better pay that. You better pay that college bill. And you know what? For the first time in my life, my answer is yes, you do have to pay that bill. But boy, I understand how you feel. Because the whole system was rigged to strap you with that while the universities got rich, while the government players, they all got rich. They all got what they needed to protect them in their political world from the universities, doing all the kinds of research that they needed to keep us in war, keep building more war. They used those same universities to do behavioral science. Do you not think that the smartest behavioral scientists that are all now working for our government, mainly for the left, do you really think that they didn't know that this would disenfranchise a whole generation? That none of them stopped and said, you know what, that's really going to piss off the younger generation. No, they knew that. And then they were either told or suggested, we'll make that work for us. I'm sorry, I may be just too cynical, but I don't think I am. I've always been an optimist. But this doesn't work. And the only way back is through the truth. And that means the God and the truths that have been true for 5,000 years about how man works. Not about just how the country works, how man works. Socialism denies humans and humanity. It denies everything that is innate in us.